Peace, it's Brother Duel once again. I left off talking about aliens. You know what I mean? And I think it's a dope subject to talk about. Um, First of all, there's so many galaxies out there. And there's these scientists are finding more and more planets. They found a couple of planets that had water on them. They're even saying now the scientists are saying, "Oh, we found even water on Mars." Of course, you found water on Mars because we used to live on Mars. You know what I mean? Like I said before, the pyramids on Mars, the face of the pharaoh on Mars. You know, the Zulus talking about their connection to Mars. You know, so it's a very interesting time. You know, they're talking about celebrities, people who want to take a one-way trip to Mars and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, you know, and a lot of people are setting up colonies on these other planets because some people, like even Dr. Delbert Blair talking, the late Dr. Delbert Blair, peace to him, was talking about we're getting the double sun, or we're in the sun cycle. So there's going to be a lot of people, particularly a lot of people who don't have significant amounts of melanin, are gonna have issues. You know, we're dealing with skin cancer for a lot of them. You know, with just one sun. Never mind the sun getting stronger and all that. So we're talking about inner Earth. You know what I mean? We're talking about jetting to other planets for survival. We're talking about all kinds of stuff, which I find very interesting. Now, there was this guy named Dr. Stephen, what's his name? Dr. Stephen Greer. He came up with what you call the Disclosure Project in 1993. Was it 91 or 93? Don't quote me on that. But what's so interesting is that he came forward with, with hundreds. That's that daggone. Thank you, love. That's that daggone smoothie you gave me.
No, that's you.
That's me. All right, love. Look at that now, Ether. I love it. But you know what I mean? He came up with basically hundreds of U.S. officials who served in the military, the Navy, the Army, different stuff. All these people who came forward, these guys are on their deathbed. You know, they're old. They have nothing to lose. And they're coming forward and saying, listen, we're not alone. I served in the military. I seen this. I was sworn to secrecy. If I said anything, my life would be in danger. My career would be over. My family would be in danger. This, that, and the third. These people coming out as their children are grown. They're about to die. And a lot of them don't want to die with this guilt on their chest to say, oh, wow, you know, we're going to leave humanity or leave people in this state of knowing that this is what's going on. So Dr. Stephen Greer came forward with this, and I would see this guy on TV all the time. And what's interesting, he's a medical doctor from North Carolina who had a lot of connections to the government. He came even forward with Clinton and told him different things at that time. From his own words, he said Bill Clinton was like, no, I'm not putting this out. You're going to have to put it out. And this guy, check out some of his stuff. It's very interesting. He said there's many reasons why your governments do not want you to know about extraterrestrial. One main reason, which I found this was interesting, dealt with the ching-ching, money, dealt with that. You know what I mean? And you say, well, what's the connection with that, dude? How does this relate to money, UFOs? And by the way, most UFOs are re-engineered. You know, they're not the real deal Holyfield. Because if you go into it, like my homie Ross Ben, big up to him, another one getting down with this science. A lot of these are reverse engineered craft. You know what I mean? And this stuff was brought to even through Hitler and to the level of some people saying him dealing with the Greys during that time. But what's interesting is the most indigenous people, we deal with the macabre. We deal with the light vehicle. How we move is we move through the light vehicle. You know what I mean? We turn ourselves into the ship, you know, and that's how we transport ourselves from one place to the next. A lot of people beings who use the physical more the physical ship to transport themselves is because they don't have that capability built within their own being, particularly the Greys. They don't have an emotional body, and that information was definitely brought forward a lot through Trevilio Melchizedek. Very interesting. He has a very interesting book too called the secret. What's it called? The Secret Flower of Life or something like that. Very interesting book. But what's deep is that technology. What's deep is that a lot of this is not being exposed because of the money. Now, this goes into even Tesla, you know, with his free energy technology and how they actually stopped a lot of his stuff that was going to come forward with Thomas Edison and all that. You mean, because he was going to free up the world with free energy. The same thing applies on the level of this extraterrestrial knowledge. There's a lot of technology from a lot of these extraterrestrials that could deal with free energy. Then, and if that would happen, you would have industries that would crumble overnight. I mean, no more gas, no more paying for lights, no more paying for this, that, and the other. And a lot of these corporations would crumble overnight. And they have this alien technology. So there's another reason, one main reason of why not wanting to share this technology, share what some of these things have to offer. Also, there's other things to take under consideration. The social dynamic under religion, you know what I mean? A lot of things might crumble, you know what I mean? With some people say, oh, God, you know, especially organized religion, they might say, well, God was only supposed to create us. Who's God? What's going on here? And all those things. Also, the freedom of travel. You know, this is a prison planet in many ways. And we're only one of the few species that are stuck on one block. We ever had one of them friends that, you know, that just stuck on the block? You know what I mean? You left him, y'all did y'all teenage things, wilding out, whatever. You know, you grown ass men now, and they still on the block. That's what's going on with here on this planet. We still stuck on the block. Whereas it's our God-given right, our divine right to be able to be intergalactic travelers. You're not supposed to be just stuck on one planet. It's your given right to be traveling like Star Trek and being able to voyage and find out different like planets and chill. It's like you going to get some new food or from another country or visit another country and see how they living and see new sights. That's how we supposed to be on a intergalactic level. We supposed to be saying, well, you know, I'll come back to Earth next month, y'all. I'm going over here to this particular planet because they got purple water and you know the alien women over there are beautiful. You know what I mean? I got to go spend some time over there. So, you know, this is a lot of things that are at stake. A lot of this stuff goes down to control, and you know, a lot of people like being in control and having things the way they're going, you know, having you work for your life away for some things that are supposed to be free. You know what I mean? Some people want to keep you stuck on this planet because they like keeping you as a slave, you know? So there's a lot of things at stake. And, you know, that's why they've been keeping a lot of people in a way of staying in this current situation the way it is. Now, there's the fear mongers of putting anything that has to do with aliens as them all aliens or extraterrestrials coming to eat your brains or to cause chaos, where in all actuality you are the aliens. Like I said before, a lot of indigenous people with our roots are not from this planet. So you have beings that look just like you know what I mean, that are traveling, being free, going throughout the galaxy, doing their thing. And there was a guy from NASA that you look this guy up. He talks about how they seen these guys. I forget what planet they was at. I don't know if but they seen these guys where they were tall. He described them as tall black aliens. And I remember the person that was interviewing him was like, "Well, how did they look?" And he was like, "Well, they were very tall, black, look like how many feet aliens, very very black." Now, this is stuff that they don't want to report to people. They don't want to. They want to first make it look like every alien looks like some insectoid or some reptilian or this one or that one, but they never want to talk about how there are humanoid aliens that look just like you and me, except for talking about maybe some some Pleiadians who are supposed to look like some blonde-haired, blue-eyed ones. Which, in my opinion, I think they just jumped on the New Age movement, just jumped on the bandwagon because it was the Cherokee that said they came from Pleiades. You know what I mean? Let's keep it 100. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm running out of time, but this is a subject that you should definitely look into, explore, and understand that we are entering a new age, man. With technology, this is the age of information. So a lot of this stuff, which was taboo, which you would have to go through the library and dig deep to look at that. Y'all very fortunate now that you could go at the click of a button and check out some things that might be very interesting to you. And use that mind because guess what? There's a lot of disinformation out there too, just to throw you off track. The 90% of the stuff mostly out there is disinformation. So go back to the indigenous elders that talk about our connection to the stars. You know what I mean? Go to the Dogon tribe, all that, and even check out that dude Stephen Greer because I do find it fascinating that they had the National Press Club to come forward with all these men, but yet it was in national news. Peace.